I feel like when you're talking about art and the creative process itself, it's like it's for me, it's something that is enjoyable. And I never want it to feel like it's something that is work. Now, if you're an artist and you're being commissioned, that's not what I'm talking about here. That's not what I'm talking about. A commission is a deal. A commission is business. Okay. You're being hired as an employee to create a piece of work for somebody else. So that's not what I'm talking about here in terms of making money, because I definitely think that artists deserve to be paid for the work that they produce. I'm not saying that artists should be giving away their work for free. That's also not what I mean by making money. What I say is I didn't get involved in creative writing for the purpose of making money. In other words, that's not my primary reason for being a creative writer and publishing fiction on the market. Now, do you have to pay for my premium work? Yes, because I value my work. That has to do with me valuing my work, not the idea of me believing that I'm going to become rich, wealthy, or yeah, exactly, rich and wealthy off of my sales, selling my stories. No, that's just valuing. That's what I consider artists valuing their work. And if somebody wants to support your work, they will recognize the value of your work, or they will appreciate your work in that sense. It's not a matter of, I think that, there needs to be, the starving artist is like something that someone needs to be if they want to be a creative individual and publish their work in the open market. So we have Redoubt Productions here chiming in on the conversation. It says, so far I have found in my creative writing ventures, it's spurts of progress, idea, development, block. Come back in several weeks and think clearly how to solve that block. Yeah. I mean, do you ever feel, have you ever say you ever feel burned out though? It's interesting to me because I feel like once you start using this type of language, it kind of starts affecting you psychologically, I believe. Once you start slapping these labels and using these type of terms and whatnot to describe how you're feeling, instead of trying to figure out the root cause of why you would be feeling such a way. And I do think that what it comes down to is intent. What was your intent from the get-go? And I think that it stems for a lot of people when they're saying they're burnt out. I think really what they're saying is, I've been doing a lot. I feel like I've been working really hard and I'm not getting the results I want. And I am feeling disappointed and I am feeling frustrated. And I think that that's really what that means when people are expressing that they're suffering from burnout. And at that point, I say, well, why the unnecessary stress? Why are you putting that unnecessary stress on yourself in the first place? No one's putting a gun to your head and saying you have to produce. You are forced to produce, and you have to have it done by this date, by this time. It needs to be on the desk, finished manuscript, done. Maybe there's more to the story. Maybe competition, this idea of competition might play a role in things. Putting down, having sessions, whatever your creative process is, like I would have sessions. And a lot of my stuff is based on mood too. Am I in the mood? That matters. Because if I'm not in the mood, then I'm not going to be thinking clearly. I'm not going to be able to focus. And it should be fun. In my opinion, it should be fun, first and foremost. It should be enjoyable. Like I say, when I'm in the mood to be creative, I can tell when I'm in the mood to be creative because I feel energized. Like I feel like I'm recharging my batteries, if you will. Maybe that's an introvert thing, but again, I don't subscribe to labels, you know. It's just I can only share my personal experience. You know, I'm not necessarily putting any kind of label on it. I'm just describing how I feel when I get in the mood to create. And yeah, and putting down the pen, stepping away from the project for a while, I agree. When you come back, it's like you're looking at it with a fresh set of eyes. Maybe you see something that you didn't before, and you come up with some new ideas. Oh, maybe it would be great if I came at it from this angle, or maybe if I incorporated, you know, a new character here or something like that. You know, just whatever it may be, just looking at it with a fresh set of eyes can make all the difference.